Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. The sequel to the new rebooted Apes franchise, and its predecessor Rise of the Planet of the Apes was a huge surprise and caught everybody off. But now they went with the new director, Matt Reeves, who really hasn't done much. Cloverfield is his major movie that's made the most money. So that's what kind of threw some people off. They didn't know if it was going to be the same tone as Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which was emotional and action-packed. But this movie was everything Rise of the Planet of the Apes was, up a notch.
Yeah, this is a pretty good movie. I mean, I didn't see the first one, unfortunately. I probably will now. But yeah, I mean, this movie is a good movie. You know, the cinematography of the apes and everything was really well done. Andy Serkis is terrific in this film as Caesar, and Caesar's a great leader in this movie, and he really did a good job. But the main part of this movie I enjoyed was how this movie could go from good action to really good, you know, parts where you felt emotional at times. I mean, this movie was really complete. It did a lot of things for you. It kind of was tossed around in a way.
Yeah, one of my only complaints about the movie is, compared to the first one, which I know you haven't seen, this movie doesn't quite connect you with the apes as much as you want it to. Like, Andy Serkis owns every scene he's in this movie, but in the first one you got emotionally connected to him for what he was going through. I felt this movie couldn't really do that because they had a bigger story to accomplish, so that one was just an origin. But once the movie got going, I thought the first act was a little slow, but once it picked up in the middle act and stuff, then I was totally, fixed on the movie. I couldn't stop watching. I was totally... It developed me into the movie.
Yeah, I agree. The beginning was kind of setting up that connection between the humans and the apes,
which felt a little forced.
I agree. Yeah,
it felt a little forced, but by the middle act of the movie to the end, you forget about it. But the beginning did feel a little forced on how the apes and humans have to interact.
Yeah, towards the end though, you get that classic humans apes, kind of similar to the first one. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I kind of know that's probably some of it.
Yeah.
Where the humans and apes are kind of going at each other and. It was a good movie, though. I enjoyed it. Yeah,
Jason Clarke and Gary Oldman are the two human lead roles, and they do a great job. Jason Clarke is kind of the middleman that wants to work with the apes. Gary Oldman plays a different role than you would think. Looking at the trailers, you'd think he's just a straight-up bad guy want to kill the apes, but he has more of a story to him and why he wants to do things than you think.
Yeah, and again, I can't say it enough. Andy Serkis as Caesar is terrific in this movie. Again, he does own every scene.
Yeah, every scene he's in, you know he's there, and he commands your attention. He's just great in the movie.
Yeah, he's really good. And I mean, even though these are not real apes, obviously, but I mean, you really believe that he is a leader to these other apes, and really a powerful figure that's even scary to the humans. And it kind of shows that every side has a weakness, while that kind of stuff.
Yeah, also, the other ape that was very good in the movie was Koba.
Koba, yeah.
He was kind of, he was a scary one from the first movie, and he was very intense in this movie. He played a great role. I think he did a great job in the movie. He was kind of anti-Caesar. They battled. Caesar likes the humans. Koba wants them dead because he thinks he's going to hurt him. So that conflict they have is really interesting.
Yeah, and Caesar's son, he was pretty cool, too. I thought, kind of seeing his interaction between what was happening between his dad in real life. I mean, that was pretty cool, I thought. Again, a well-done film. I think, it surprised me. I didn't think it was going to be this good. I think it's a really good movie, and I think, if you haven't seen the first one, I don't think it's really going to faze you, because I didn't really feel that. But I think, when I see the first one, I think it'll help a little bit. But again, it didn't really faze me. I think it was a good movie.
Yeah, my final complaint for the movie was I felt they had their group, but the main bad guy of the group that wants to shoot the apes, you wouldn't know it. He resembled the bad guy from the first one they had, played by, I guess, Draco Malfoy. I don't know the actor's name from Harry Potter. But he was kind of the evil human that liked to torture the apes. They kind of had the same storyline for this one, and I felt like I was watching the first one a little bit again with he was torturing the apes and the apes want to kill him. I felt that was it felt the same to me, but it really didn't impact the overall movie because it only lasted about 15 minutes. And I was glad for that. But otherwise, the movie was great all around. Acting was great from everyone. The action was good. Every action scene impacted the story. It wasn't just mindless Transformers blow-up action. Every action scene impacted what characters had to do.
I agree.
So what are you going to rate this one?
I'm going to go ahead and give this movie an 8 out of 10. Could be seen rather low, but again, I enjoyed this movie. It was really good, and I don't really have much complaints. Again, it was a really solid movie that I enjoyed. Caesar's really good in this movie.
Yeah. Yes, Andy Serkis should get nominated for an Oscar. Probably won't because it's just a bunch of...
Right.
Just the Academy doesn't see everything we do the right way. But again, the movie overall, the first act was a little too slow for me, a little stuff in between. But overall, this movie was great. The final act was exactly what I paid my money for. I'm going to give my highest yet, 9.25 out of 10. I just really, once the first act ended, even though it was still good, it was just a little too slow. Everything was just perfect the way I wanted it. So it was a great movie. You guys should definitely go check it out. It just hit theaters, so definitely pay your money, go see it. We didn't see 3D. I'm sure it's very cool. So what did you guys think? Are you going to see it? What are your thoughts on it? J&J Reviews.
Sign out.